country aims to build the tallest building in the world, it's headed for a financial crash. The Great Depression in the United States came as the Empire State Building was being built, the same in Dubai that went bust while the Burj Khalifa was going up. Well, Saudi Arabia is due to start building the Kingdom Tower this week. They say it's going to be the world's newest, tallest building. Once finished, it's supposed to stand a staggering 1 kilometer tall. So what could this mean for Saudi Arabia's economic future? Our emerging markets editor, John Defterius, is joining us now live from Abu Dhabi. So, John, can Saudi Arabia buck this ominous trend?
Yeah, that's the big question mark going forward. And there's two ways to look at this, Relitza. One is the near-term connection between the tallest tower and then the aftermath right afterwards. Petronas, 1996 complete, 1997-98, Asian financial crisis. As you're suggesting here, you had the Burj Khalifa, originally named the Burj Dubai before the bailout of Abu Dhabi, the neighboring emirate, to come to the rescue of the Emirate of Dubai. And then we had the real estate bubble burst here in Dubai at the same time. But medium term, we know that these two iconic fixtures have brought in lots of traffic, both into Malaysia and, more importantly, into Dubai. We have around the Dubai Mall, where the Burj Khalifa stands, some 85 million visitors going into the shopping mall each and every year, which is just around the very tall tower. Now, can this be transferred to Saudi Arabia is the big question. This is the project, the Kingdom Tower, which is 1 kilometer high. They were aiming originally for 1.6 kilometers to be 1 mile high. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, he's a nephew of the current king of Saudi Arabia, King Abdullah. He strongly believes that you can rebuild the Red Sea city, Jeddah, around this big tower. So he's been buying real estate in that market for the last 10 years. And he said convincingly during an interview, if in fact we push ahead, this will completely transform Jeddah. Now, there's very different conditions to Kuala Lumpur or Dubai. It's not easy to get into Saudi Arabia, so perhaps the visitor traffic will not move up. But this is a gigantic project, $1.25 billion, part of a $20 billion development in the Red Sea. Of course, it brings up romance of very tall skyscrapers and transformation of Saudi Arabia, known as a very closed economy. But can it be the turning point to try to open up the economy, open up commerce, and bring more and more people into the kingdom? This is something that we still need to find out as it's being built.
So, John, can Saudi Arabia really afford all of that spending?
Yeah, this spending project is primarily a private sector initiative by Kingdom's Holdings. Again, Prince Al-Walid's project. He's had great success in Riyadh, for example. But Saudi Arabia overall, from a public sector standpoint, and it makes huge amounts of money from oil. It produces about 9.5 million barrels a day. So money coming in is not an issue. It's the spending going out. First, let's take a look at the reserves and the rest. They're very prudent on that front. But in the last 5 years, they put together spending projects. Hard to imagine for a population of 28 million people, released to have a spending project of $380 billion. It's up 2/3 over their previous budget. So they're putting into new hospitals, new schools, new universities, new roads, new rails. It's incredible record spending after the Arab Spring. They want to make sure that their population is very happy. And at the same time, beyond what's taking place in Jeddah, they're building 4 new cities with plans to build 6. So 4 new cities with 1 million people or more. So the record spending, they need to, the break even now is to see oil prices at $85 a barrel, even though they produce it for 5, to keep up with all this record spending that you see in the pipeline for the kingdom.
John Defterius in Abu Dhabi. Thank